In our last investigation, we exposed how the appliance industry replaced steel with plastic and engineered your machines to fail on schedule. The comment section filled with one question, asked 1,000 different ways. What about the microwave? Is there a single unit on the market worth owning, or are they all designed to die the moment the warranty expires? Is simplicity even available anymore, or has every manufacturer buried it under sensors and touchscreens and circuit boards that fry before the machine earns back its cost? Today, we answer that question. Here is the microwave whitelist. Walk into any appliance store today and you will see the same wall of stainless steel. The microwaves are enormous. They have curved handles, backlit displays, and enough menu options to confuse a line cook. They advertise inverter technology, humidity sensors, convection modes, and 40 preset programs for reheating leftovers. They are designed to look like laboratory equipment. Inside, they are built like a toy. You are not wrong to be suspicious. You have been right all along. The door latch is the first thing to go. On most units sold in the last decade, the latch mechanism is injection molded plastic. It clicks and feels solid on the showroom floor. After 18 months of daily use, open, close, 300 times a month, the plastic tabs fatigue. They crack. The door no longer seals flush. The machine throws an error code and stops running. You cannot order that part. The manufacturer discontinued it. The machine is 18 months old and it is already garbage. The control panel is the second failure point. The industry replaced mechanical dials with membrane touchpads, flat printed circuits sealed behind a plastic face. Cheap to manufacture. Modern looking, also fragile by design. Humidity gets behind the membrane. One key starts registering phantom presses. The microwave beeps at 3 in the morning because the number 7 thinks it is being touched. Eventually, the panel stops responding entirely. The part number is discontinued. The machine is 3 years old. The third failure is the inverter board. For decades, microwaves used a simple transformer and a magnetron, two components with almost no failure points. The inverter replaced that transformer with a printed circuit board that modulates power electronically. Smoother heating, they said. More precise, they said. What they did not say is that the inverter board runs hot, is sensitive to voltage fluctuation, and when it fails, the replacement costs more than a new budget microwave. So you throw the machine away. That is not a flaw in the design. That is the design. Here is the filter. A microwave earns a place on this list by passing 4 tests. Metal or heavy-duty reinforced door hardware, not plastic tabs. A mechanical dial or tactile push-button panel with individually replaceable switches, not a sealed membrane. A magnetron from a named manufacturer with a documented parts catalog available for at least 15 years, and a steel cavity with a powder-coated or porcelain interior, not a spray lacquer that chips and arcs. Most of what is on the market today fails all 4 tests immediately. Number 1 on the list? The commercial-grade Panasonic. Panasonic builds 2 completely separate product lines. The consumer units, the ones with inverter technology and 10 sensor cook presets at the big box store, are the same disposable machines as everything else on the shelf. Do not buy them. The commercial-grade Panasonic NE series is a different machine entirely. It is built in facilities that supply the institutional food service market. A diner running 400 heating cycles a day cannot afford a microwave that fails in 3 years. Panasonic built the NE line to survive that environment. The door hardware is reinforced. The controls are simple push button, not membrane. The magnetron is a Panasonic manufactured unit with a documented parts catalog going back decades. Critics will say it is ugly. They are right. It is a flat gray box with no curves and no personality. It is also still running in diners and hospital break rooms that installed it in 2003. That is not a marketing claim. That is a machine built to a standard the consumer appliance industry abandoned 20 years ago and has never returned to. Number 2, the Amana commercial line. Amana built its reputation in the institutional market, hotel hallways, cafeteria counters, university break rooms, before the consumer division watered down the name. The RCS series is what remains of the original standard. The cavity is steel. The magnetron is a standard replaceable unit. The keypad is a heavy-duty commercial membrane rated for tens of thousands of actuation cycles. Parts availability for the RCS line runs back to the mid-1990s. You can order a door switch or a waveguide cover for a unit built in 1998. The machine was designed to be serviced. That is a philosophy. It is not an accident. Here is the repair argument in plain numbers. A magnetron replacement on a Panasonic NE or an Amana RCS costs between $40 and $80 in parts. Add a technician's labor, and you are all in for under $180 to restore the machine to full function. A new mid-range consumer microwave costs $250 to $350. But the consumer unit will fail again in 3 years because the design that killed it the first time is still inside it. The commercial unit, after a magnetron swap, runs another decade. Run the math over 20 years. The $600 commercial machine, serviced once for $150, costs $750 total. 3 consumer replacements at $300 each cost $900, plus the disposal fee, plus the installation hassle, plus the third time you explain to your family why the microwave stopped working again. The cheaper machine is never cheaper. It is always more expensive. You are just paying in smaller amounts more often for the rest of your life. The repair economy is the argument the appliance industry does not want you to make. A magnetron swap costs $40 in parts and takes a qualified technician 40 minutes. A door switch costs $8 and arrives in 3 days from any restaurant supply catalog. A waveguide cover, the flat mica sheet that protects the magnetron from food splatter, costs $6 and snaps in without tools. These are the components that keep a machine alive for 20 years. On a commercial unit, they are accessible, documented, and stocked. On a consumer unit, they are proprietary, discontinued, and designed to be unfindable. The industry did not make your microwave irreparable by accident. They made it irreparable because a repairable machine is a machine you never have to replace. Here is the failure scene the industry hopes you forget. The touchpad starts registering phantom presses at month 34. You ignore it. By month 38, 3 buttons no longer respond. You are punching the panel harder than you should because that is what frustration does. By month 40, the panel is dead. You pull the machine off the counter and look at the back. There is no model number visible. The serial sticker has worn off. You search the manufacturer's website for a replacement membrane switch and find a page that says, "This part is no longer available. You paid $280 for that machine. It lasted 3 years and 4 months. You are now carrying it to the recycling bin." The industry calls this the product life cycle. You should call it what it is. The microwave industry has engineered the replacement cycle into the machine at the component level. They did it with the plastic latch that fatigues in 18 months. They did it with the membrane touchpad sealed against service. They did it with the inverter board priced above the machine's own replacement value. They planned all of it, and they called it innovation. It is not innovation. It is a business model built on your inconvenience. It is a subscription you never agreed to sign. Buy the Panasonic NE series. Buy the Amana RCS line. Buy the machine that was built for a commercial kitchen and sold to institutions that simply cannot afford for it to fail. Skip the inverter. Skip the sensor menu. Skip the convection mode and the humidity probe and the 40 preset programs nobody ever uses after the first week. Buy the steel cavity. Buy the push-button panel. Buy the machine that a technician can open with a standard screwdriver and restore with a part that costs less than a dinner out. Buy the machine that can be fixed. There are no circuit boards to fry in a magnetron and a transformer. There is no planned obsolescence in a steel cavity and a mechanical dial. There is no subscription fee inside a door latch rated for 1 million cycles. It is a box that heats food. It is built to do that for 20 years. That is enough. Stop buying the touchscreen. Stop buying the sensor preset. Stop buying the machine that the manufacturer already knows will end up in a landfill before the warranty expires. Buy the iron, buy the steel, build a kitchen that outlasts the warranty.